Don't you love these videos that I'm shooting before official sundown? So, I know in my videos, I cry a lot. The reason why I cry a lot is because I'm emotional and I don't run away from my emotions. Most women are on an ssris. That is a selective serotonin reuptake inhibitor, an antidepressant. It turns them into zombies. I've talked to a lot of people that have been on these. And they talk about how terrible they are. And they always look at me all wide-eyed. They get so excited. If you had any idea how many people get excited about things that I say, because I can see it, I can see the problems with the culture that nobody wants to talk about. They won't talk about them in a way that I can. And I guess what's kind of cool about me is that because I'm so crazy and because I'm so lacking optics, like, I'm not a pretty girl, so, you know, I think that I can get away with more. Because, like, pretty women can't say the stuff that I'm saying. And a lot of men can't say the stuff that I'm saying either. Because if they say it, then it's like, oh, well, you're just a man and you have a penis and male privilege and blah, blah, blah. It's like, this culture is so backwards. Like, everything in our society is backwards. So, because I've been living atop this cloud my entire life, I came down during different time periods in my life where I was trying to do what the world does, and it just made me so miserable. The public school system and going to a university, and, you know, I met some cool people. It doesn't matter how bad a social setting is, you can still get something out of it, you know. I still got something out of, like, every terrible experience I've had. I still met somebody interesting. There was always somebody that caught my drift. Even if they were few and far between, all the people that didn't. You know, most people are sheep though, man. And they can't help themselves. They're not bad. They're just not good. I think that's real hard for people to accept, you know, because everybody wants to see everything as black or white. So, you know, if you're not good, then you're bad. I do think in regards to God, that's different. You know, the people that I'm for, like, I can't be against them. But there is a small group of people, really, like, that I would say, okay, this person isn't full of shit. You know, I feel like most people, they're just in it for the money, they're just in it for the whatever. I'm not that way. I think that you guys know this about me. Because I've been scolded by so many people. They say you could do so much more with the talent that you possess, and yet you're just kicking back in some podunk suburb and working at some fucking burger joint, you know. I'm happy though. I work on my stuff like all day long, man. I'm either praying, or I'm working on material, or I'm practicing sign language, or I'm reading the Bible, or I'm reading my book on the orthodoxy, you know? It's like, as long as you're living a creative life, you're not a failure. That's bullshit. People that will tell you that are fucking losers. And once again, they're part of the system. They go along with this fucking social structure that's falling apart. It was destined to fall apart. This country is nothing more than an experiment. That's what I talk weird. I know I talk weird. It's nothing more than an experiment. And it's sad that the majority of people that live here don't see that. They can't see how they're being played nonstop. How they're being duped in situation after situation after situation. And if they check themselves out, they wouldn't be as susceptible to that. And so when people laugh at me for having a flip phone still, I'm just like, dude, like, you are so fucked. Like, and I'm not saying that I'm like less fucked, but like mentally and psychologically, I've prepared myself for this shit. You know, all these people killed themselves in 2020 because of this virus, because they're so used to the social structure being a certain way. They can't adapt to change. They can't pivot. They're just not used to communism. How stupid are they, thinking that this country was whatever they were told it was, you know? And I feel sorry for them. I really do. Because there are different levels of brainwashing, you know? There are different levels of trust that people have. I just never trusted what they told me about this country. I never trusted what they told me about systems in general. You know, like, oh, well, this country's better because of da-da-da-da-da. The reason why this country's better than other countries is because this is the only country you can go from rags to riches. Like, that is true. And everybody has that opportunity. So when we talk about equal opportunity, that aspect is true. But when you talk about equality in general, if you grow up in Appalachia, you're a lot more likely to get a visit from a social worker looking to take your children away, okay? You're way more likely to get that visit than somebody that raises their kids in a subdivision, like the one that I grew up in, okay? That's not based off race. That's based off of income. Now, I'm not going to downplay what's going on right now with a bunch of anti-white violence and shit, but they want us to focus on that, which is why I don't. Because just the same as, you know, they're putting footage of police brutality all over the media, which is very suspicious already, that they already have that footage, and they can't wait to give it to some media personnel. I guess they were just getting lattes at the same fucking Starbucks, and they were like, hey, do you want some of this? And they were like, yeah, sure. So, I guess that's how it works, right? It's just so funny to me, like, people that are just so fucking gone, man. Like, oh, wait, you really think that this is a multifaceted effort to take everybody out and to divide people and blah, blah, blah? Yes, honey. I'm so sorry that you live in the clouds. I'm so sorry that you just don't want to pay attention to, like, how fucked up things really are. But, you know, I still live a good life. I still enjoy myself. It has everything to do with my love for God and my appreciation for the gifts that He's given me, and, you know, this beautiful ability that I have to express myself and to help others in doing that. You know, I really, really appreciate that. I value that. And because I value that, you know, I get a lot more out of life than most of these people that just sit around and watch Netflix, man. It's like, my life is hard, but so what? Like the worst thing ever is like things being hard. And that's why people can't can't handle, the simplest little change, or, their routine getting fucked with. It has everything to do with the fact that, people just, they have it so easy. Yay! I just ran another red light. That's 2 red lights today within 30 minutes.